Hey Eurovision fans, today we're going to check out the odds for Eurovision 2024. Who are the climbers, who are the fallers, and who could be some potential dark horses to win in Malmö, Sweden. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome, my name is Tom, I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. Okay, so I haven't done an odds video yet, it's been so long, so I thought it would be a good time to check in and see who's rising, who's falling. There is a lot of activity in the winners' odds right now in Eurovision. There are a lot of songs who have a real X factor, something very different and unusual. I think that's very necessary if you want to win. So we're going to go from the bottom all the way up to the top and see who's currently moving up and down and what potential new information do we have coming out in the next week that could change things around. Okay, so I am using Eurovision World, which compiles all the odds from several different websites. So let's start off at the bottom here. 37th and 36th, we have Albania and Czechia, two countries which are both currently doing revamps. Best for Albania has come out and said that she's going to put some English into the song. She's doing a bit of a revamp. Albanian revamps can be hit or miss. Some of them can be quite good, some of them not so much. Definitely potential for her to climb up a little bit of the odds a bit when her revamp is released. I don't know if we have a date for that yet, but I'd imagine it's going to be in around a week or so. We also have Ico Pedestal, also working on a small revamp. They have not confirmed whether they are going to release that before Eurovision or if they're going to do like a Chanel thing where they kind of release the revamp on the week of Eurovision. Who knows? But that's another potential one that could go up. We have Moldova, Natalia Barbu in 35th. In 34th, we have Sarah Benici. I think there's rumors that she may be doing a bit of a small revamp as well. 32nd, we have Poland. Their national final festival, Dat Kan Sau, is happening this weekend. I haven't done my review of that yet. I'm planning to do it tomorrow. It's one of my favorite national finals to cover, so I'm going to do that. There is a big favorite in that, I believe, Yolanda, who is the clear odds favorite for Portugal. So I imagine if she gets chosen, Portugal will jump up a little bit. I'm surprised actually Portugal are so low considering that song seems to have quite a lot of hype. We have in 31st, we have Latvia, Dawn's Hollow, Italia in 30th. 29th, we have Germany, Isaac. 28th, Slovenia, Raven. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit surprised that that is so low. Generally with this whole bottom 12, I agree. I think at this point in time, I don't think any of these countries are going to win. But if you made me pick one person who is the most likely, if I had to pick one person out of all these, I would go for Raven. I think that song has a lot of drama, intrigue. It sounds great. She's got a fantastic operatic voice. We saw her perform at Dora, the Croatian national final, and she looked fantastic. She sounded excellent. They had some beautiful visuals as well. So that's probably the biggest surprise for me out of the bottom 12. I'm not saying that Slovenia is going to win or anything like that, but if you are the type of person who loves a very risky gamble, definitely Slovenia. And that implies to me as well that when the top 10 odds or the jury winner odds come out, Slovenia will probably be pretty low, and you might be able to get a bargain then when those odds are released. I imagine that'll be sometime around mid-March, after all the songs are released. Okay, going up we have Saba Sand. That's getting a lot of meme virality right now, her long sand with a lot of A's. I don't think that's enough to give it winning chances or anything, but it is, like, virality is useful. And then in 26th we have Luna with the Tower. So yeah, of these bottom 12, who are the ones I would think are worth a risky flutter? Slovenia. I also think Czechia have shown that they are able to think outside the box with staging and really elevate. Plus there is the element of the revamp coming. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit edgy, so it has a bit of something unique to it. So if you forced me to bet on these outsiders, I would pick those two. And if you gave me a third choice, I'd probably say Portugal. Again, I haven't even heard the song yet, but the hype that I'm seeing on Twitter from her performance, apparently her singing is very nice and the choreography was really on point. Those would be the three I'd pick from the stragglers. Let's go to the middle 15 now here, and a little bit more exciting. We have people who have a little bit more of a chance to actually win. In 25th place, we have Spain, Nebulosa Zora. I'm still not seeing the winning potential for that, but it does have the potential for virality. It's a very catchy song. There is the moment where the butt cheeks are shown. 24th, 5 minutes then pull up. Again, a really great song, very messy staging. I think if they can make a huge, like, capital letters, huge improvement in that staging, it could elevate a bit. Of the quote-unquote funner songs this year, I think this has a little bit more jury appeal because really it is like legitimate hip-hop and new folk artists coming together for kind of fun sound. But really there's no reason for the jury to like mark this down because it's a fun entry. So I think it has a little bit more jury appeal than some of the other ones that are coming up. In 23rd, we have Theodora. I think if she can qualify to the final, this is going to do really, really well with the jury in the same way that last year Belgium, Lithuania and Estonia qualified into the final and then did extremely well with the jury and were all top 11. 22nd, we have Cyprus. 21st, Azerbaijan. We don't know anything about their song yet. A couple of rumors that it might be Aysel, who was in 2018. I didn't like that song. I didn't think it was very good. Azerbaijan really on a rocky trajectory right now. They really are going through a tough period. I would be extremely surprised if this was a contender at all. 20th place, we have Windows 95 Man. I'm still struggling to see how the jury is going to come through. I can definitely see a televote appeal. Everybody can see a televote appeal. Where are the jury points coming from? You pretty much need to be top 4 with the jury, I think, as a minimum. You can break down new barriers and somehow reinvent the thing, but I think it's very difficult to win if you're not in the top 4 in the jury. 19th, Armenia. They've been on a pretty good streak recently. Their last 2 songs have qualified. They sent female singer-songwriters. Rosa Lynn in 22 went super viral. She came 20th, but then she went super viral. And then last year they had Brunette. Very secretive, not very much information that I've heard yet. That is one to watch out for. There could be breaking news with a really strong song and Armenia might jump up. If you want to take like a potluck, Armenia is not a bad one. 18th place for Bambi Thug. Again, just showing that when you have a song that has a little bit of an X factor, people are considering that maybe this can win. That's the highest I've seen Ireland in a long, long time, since I think 2018, when Rana Shaughnessy went, I think, as high as 3 during the live show. Yeah, really looking forward to Bambi Thug's music video, which I believe is coming out on maybe Friday, or it's coming out pretty soon. That'll give a really good idea about what the visual concept will be. So keep an eye out for that video, because if it's very strong, people may want to have a little bit of a gamble on Bambi. 17th place, we've got Australia. They are releasing their song on the 6th, which is Wednesday. A few rumors going around that it could be Electric Fields. That would kind of fit with recently the Australian delegation working with known artists. Electric Fields were in their national final and came 2nd. They know them. They know that they can work well with them. A lot of mystery about the Australian participation this year. They announced very late. This again could be a nice little gamble if you want to get in early. 16th place, we have Marina Sadi. Her song is also coming out on the, I think that's coming out on the 8th. International Women's Day is the 9th. International Women's Day is the 8th of March, and Marina's coming out the day before, so she's coming out on the 7th. I haven't heard any previews about that yet, but definitely keep an eye out for her. I think she's going to be fusing Greek sounds with a more modern feel. Greece going for a little bit more of an ambitious, risky strategy this year. This could potentially have that little bit of magic you need to challenge, so definitely keep an eye out for that release. In 15th, we have Norway Gåte. Norway have been as high as 6th in mid-January. I think just the amount of strong entries this year, Norway's starting to slip down a little bit. Not really that much talk about them on social media. And in 14th, we've got Georgia. So completing this Caucasus mystery pact, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, all 3 Caucasus countries. Very little information. Georgia have released that at least the name of the singer, it's going to be Nutsa, and I believe the song is tentatively called Ara. I don't believe that's the final name. She was on American Idol, so she has a little bit of a pedigree, very strong voice. Georgia on a pretty dismal record right now, 6 non-qualifications in a row. So I think it's quite ambitious to think that Georgia's going to go from not qualifying 6 years in a row to suddenly winning Eurovision. That would definitely be a fairy tale. I personally would be more focused on, can Georgia even qualify at all for the final? Last year they had a great song, they somehow messed it up. I personally wouldn't touch Georgia with winning Eurovision. They've never even been top 5 before. It's a very, very big gamble. Austria in 13, that song is being released as we speak. I'm going to try and react to it later. Very, very popular. I believe that it's a bit of a girly bop. Girly bops are definitely overhyped by the Eurovision community. It's something that we love. It's near and dear to our hearts. Can girly bop win Eurovision? Fuego almost did in 2018. It came 2nd. Chanel almost did in 2022. She came 3rd. So yeah, you can get close. Toy in 2019, arguably a girly bop. They need to be amazing if they're going to win. I haven't heard the song yet. I have to see my review. It seems like a bit of an outsider to me. We have Iceland in 12th. Now that is on its way down. Iceland were as high as 3rd. at the prospect of Bashar Murad representing them. He wasn't selected in the Icelandic National Final Song Keppni last Saturday. They chose Hera Bjork instead, and so that is going down on lay betting websites. So lay betting is where you can bet against a song. This is already down to kind of 30th, and I think that's where it's going to end up. It's probably going to be between 30th and last place. This is absolutely zero chance of winning. It sounds like Embers from the UK in 2021. It's too dated. Absolutely zero chance of winning. Don't waste your money. United Kingdom in 11th. I feel like they're going to have to bring out the big guns like they did with Sam Ryder in 22. Big props, very expensive. I think they are going to do that. I think they're going to have a big revolving platform, and he's going to move between them. He's got incredible theatric ability to perform, which I think will give him an extra edge over his competitors. So yeah, I think it's a long shot, but this is the type of thing when he starts to do live shows and we see how can he make the show look. Maybe there'll be a couple of sneak previews of which props the UK are going to be using. That's the time that you can get in and say, okay, I think this can have a shot. So, okay, so of this middle section, who is my pick? I definitely feel like Armenia is got a lot of mystery to it. If you want to bid on that mystery box, Armenia are on a pretty good trajectory. They're not as strong as they were 10 or so years ago where they were regularly in the top 10. They haven't been in the top 10 in a while now, but I do feel like they are gunning for that win. They've been very successful in Junior Eurovision, which shows that they are able to create a winning package. They just haven't done it in Adult Eurovision yet. So I think that's not totally impossible. Greece as well for me, there is a real potential standout. I think that she could have something really magic and different. And Greece want this. Greece really do love Eurovision, and their fans I think will really get behind her. Georgia, I just don't think is worth it. I think Georgia's record is so poor. Betting on them to win when they haven't qualified in 6 years, can't get top 5, a win seems really out there. So those would be my picks for that middle section. Let's get into the final top section. This is the top 10 at this point in time. This is changing so rapidly. I'm sure that this will have changed by the time I put up this video. I'm going to try and get it out as quickly as I can, but that's the nature of these odds. It's a very dynamic, volatile market currently, which is exciting. There's no big obvious winner this year. Let's start off with 10th place. We've got Sylvester Bell Luktalk. My concern with this is that it's extremely popular within the Eurovision bubble. Is it going to be as popular outside with regular casual viewers? Lithuania have never been top 5 in the contest before. Are they going to be able to break down that barrier and go even further? Possibly. Finland did that in 2006. They'd never been top 5 before and they won. So it can happen. That was televote only in 2006. Now we have televote and jury. So you have to be a little bit more, you have to cover all bases. You can't just be very popular in either jury or televote. But Diaspora is really going to be behind Lithuania. This song has been top of their Spotify charts for a while now. Very popular. Okay, in 9th place, we've got Slamat singing Mon Amour. He recently did a performance on Dora, the same one that Raven from Slovenia did. Incredible, where he stood 2 meters from the microphone and belted a cappella. It was extremely impressive. They might be bringing that to Eurovision. He has been on tour right now wearing a mirror vest, which looks very similar to what North Macedonia used in 2021 with Vassal. Very copycat of that staging, which was also copycat of Daughter in the Swedish national final in 2020. So yeah, I'm hoping they're not using that recycled vest mirror ball staging. Do I trust the French delegation to know what to do? Look, the French delegation showed they know what they were doing in 2021 with Baba Pravi that came second. They need to bring the same magic. It's not impossible. I think with so many big televote songs this year, there's definitely a way for a jury big hitter to come through with a decent televote score and a really strong jury score and win. That's definitely a possibility. And if you say who could do that, maybe it could be France. Just some small concerns on the staging. The styling last year was too static, so some bad decisions made. It looked wow in photos. Actually moving, it was too still. Can the French delegation edit better this year? In 8th, we have Israel. Still no actual confirmation that they're attending the contest. This has been going up and down as there's been rumors. Are they in or are they out? Again, at this point in time, that may change. In 7th place, we have Joost from the Netherlands. This has been climbing like crazy. I did my reaction video to this. I believe it was 21st when I did my reaction video. And this has really jumped up. It jumped up to 13th a couple of days ago. And then today it's jumped up to 7th. This is the most viewed video on YouTube. It is really huge hype. By far the biggest hype of all the songs so far. Now, if all that hype is coming from within the Netherlands and Flanders, the Dutch-speaking region in Belgium, that's fine. It's a bit too isolated. It needs to be spread all over Europe. But I have seen that this has been trending in Germany. It's been trending in the UK, which is not a market that he previously was big in. So that really was like, okay, wow. I also posted a tweet today that the most viewed video on my channel every year is always top 8. Now that's only out of 4 years, but still it's better than nothing. So yeah, I am thinking that this is a top 10 song right now. My big question is the jury. How is he going to get past that jury? I can see Joost winning the televote, but I think he needs to be top 4 in the jury. I don't think anybody's going to have a Caria televote score this year where they just get 12s all over the place. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think there's too many competitive televote songs this year. So I think the televote winner is going to have a bigger margin to work with. So they need to have that big jury score. How is he going to get it? The ending of the song is absolutely stunning. Are people going to dismiss the song though based off of this gabber heavy techno part towards the end? Dutch people are loving this. I've had so many messages from Dutch people saying this is really Dutch culture. We love this. It's fantastic. We're so proud of him. I really hope the jury don't dismiss this, but let's be real. Are the jury the most informed, open-minded people in the world? You can answer that yourself. In 6th place, we've got Sweden. I really don't think anything in Melody Festival is going to win. I think they've got some solid songs. There's nothing that's got the same special X factor that Loreen had last year. I'd be really surprised if Sweden won. I think this is very high rated. Even if Marcus and Martinez go with that super cool staging, it doesn't matter. The song doesn't have enough soul. Lorraine brought the soul to a very high production show because she's a bit of a superstar. Nobody in Melody Festival this year has that same ability. Really, really surprised if Sweden won this year. I actually think it's worth betting against Sweden. If you're into lay betting, host country, they don't have anything that's got the X factor to win. The only weird situation I can see them winning is if all the televote songs destroy each other and then whoever wins for Sweden does really, really well with the jury and doesn't bomb with the televote. It's a lot of ifs, and some of the televote songs do have good jury appeal. So I just think it's technically possible. I just don't see it happening with current information. Information can change. We don't even know who's going yet for Sweden. Okay, in 5th place, we have our other big riser, and that is Nemo singing The Code. And I tweeted the other day that when 27 songs were released, this was my winner. I think we're at 30 songs or so now. I haven't heard a couple of them because I'm working my ass off. It takes time to do all these videos, but I'm still saying at this point that I think Nemo will win. They just released a video of themselves singing, which is one of the things. Can they sing that popera bit towards the end? That is absolutely a wow moment, and they can. They had a video of them singing it. It sounded amazing. I think that's largely the reason why this has jumped from 14th up to 5th. I think people are seeing that video and going, whoa, I feel very reassured watching them nail those notes. If they're clever with the staging, Nemo will be standing still, be able to hit those notes perfectly while other people run around. That is a staging consideration. Switzerland are capable of good staging. 2021, John's Tears, the staging looked fantastic. They ended up coming 3rd. 2019 staging looked great. They came 4th. Switzerland are able to do good enough staging to win. In 4th place, we have Musti, Before the Party's Over. This is also a big climber. He was 23rd after the song released. He went up to around 5th, and then he's hovered around a little bit, and now he's gone up to 4th place. There are a lot of these very strong young male performers this year. Lithuania, Musti, we've got Ali, and then Nemo, who is non-binary. Could these artists kind of cancel each other out a tiny bit, or could it be that one of them just wins? I talked a little bit last year, this battle in the jury between Lorraine, Blanca Paloma and Lazara, saying, are they going to eat into each other's jury points? In the end, Lorraine just squashed them. She won that battle, hands down. The other two just got really messed up. Could this be the same thing where you have 4 acts that do look quite similar, but actually one of them is just going to come up trumps because they're just going to perform the best? Musti, I think, has just got a little bit more experience. He's got a little bit more maturity with him. Could that really help him on stage? The music video was really magical. Again, it could have a wow moment. I think Belgium are hunting for that first win since 1986. This is definitely something I can see winning on the stage. Okay, top 3. In 3rd place, we have Italy. Italy live in the top 3 for a reason. They sang quality acts. They're good at their staging. The jury really respect them. The televote does as well. And the Italian delegation have experience of being in the top. That is an important thing. Can you handle the pressure of this expectation? Can you convert a winning package into actually winning? Italy know how to do it. They did it in 21. They've been living in the top 6 constantly. So yes, they know how to handle the pressure. They know what to do. I think Angela might be doing a small language revamp of the song. I believe she might be adding in some Spanish and English. That's not confirmed yet. I think she's going to be going big. I don't think that she's going to be holding back. So yes, this is definitely one that is very justified in being the top 3. There's a lot of potential there. Music video was gorgeous, very elegant, chic visuals. Again, I'm talking about who could this jury person who just jumps up amidst the chaos happening in the televote. Angelina Mango could definitely be that person who comes through. Okay, in second place we have Alyona and Jerry Heil. This losing a little bit of hype just because it was one of the older songs. We got this towards the end of January. Ukraine's ability to stage is really, really incredible. So we don't have to worry about that aspect at all. Jerry Heil and Alyona are incredible performers. We don't need to worry about that aspect either. This feels very safe because you've got so many solid things. I don't think it's the best song, but again, it's not just about your song, it's about who else is there. If you just happen to be in a year where all the televote people are destroying each other and then you swoop in being just that other person, Ukraine can definitely win. We know that they're going to have a slightly increased televote. Despite that, Ukraine always sang quality. I think that their high placings are deserved. They sang great songs, great artists, beautiful staging. They're very good at evoking emotion. I do think these odds are slightly inflated, but definitely it wouldn't surprise me if Ukraine won. The quality in the artists is really, really super high. Song maybe just lacking a little bit of steam towards the end. I personally don't see them winning, but if you told me, Tom, they are the ones who won, I go, yep, that makes sense. Ukraine are incredible at staging. That makes sense. Okay, so who's number 1 in the odds? And at this moment in time, it'll probably change. It is currently Baby Lasagna singing Rim Tim Taggy Dim. Really popular right now. This is going viral in a lot of places all over Europe. Before the contest happens, I just saw that it's number 1 in the top 3 in Finnish Spotify. I saw someone posting a list on Twitter, all these places that this song is charting, despite the fact that Eurovision hasn't even happened yet. That is a really, really good sign for the televote. My concern with this is the Croatian delegation. They are untried and untested. They've never been in this pressure situation before. They haven't been top 5 since 2001. Are they going to be able to handle the pressure? Can they convert this into a win? Can they come up with a strategy? There's so much strategizing involved in how do I pick out a staging that's unique, that stands out? Are they letting Baby Lasagna do everything on his own, or are they meddling? Are they doing too much? Are they doing too little? They don't have the experience with being in the top 5 before, so I wonder how can they handle it? And how can Baby Lasagna handle the pressure of getting Croatia their first win under the flag of Croatia? Yes, in 1989, Yugoslavia won with a Croatian band, but under the Croatian flag Croatia have never won on their own. A lot of pressure. This has got huge hype in Croatia. People are so behind him. Is that going to spur him on, or is it just going to eat into him? Again, delegation support, really, really important. I think this is justified being top of the odds. It's got that wow appeal, super catchy, super different. Televote's going to love it. It does have jury appeal because it's a great rock song. Lyrics are fun, visuals are cute. Can Croatia convert? I don't know. So let's go through that quick review of that top 10. What do I think are the bargains? I think Switzerland in 5th is really nice. 4th in Belgium again, I think is something I believe Musty's going to be very strong in his performance. 7th Netherlands, if you could just give me some reassurance that the jury isn't going to kill this, I would definitely put this as one of my top tips. It's just that jury. I'm not worried about the televote. Joost is really, really incredible performer. And then I do feel like Sweden is overpriced there. I just can't see Sweden winning. At the end of the day, their production and the stage show they put on is so immaculate, which I really respect. That Sweden are guaranteed to be top 10. But there's a difference between being top 10 and actually competing for the win. Top 10 for me is like almost guaranteed, but I just don't see that top 3 winning when there's so many other interesting, diverse, new, fresh entries, and Sweden are just kind of sending the same thing that they often send, which they do extremely well and is really, really beautiful. I just can't see Sweden winning. So I think that if you want to bet against someone, that's a good one. The final of Melodifestivalen is going to be on Saturday, and the official entry will be chosen then. Okay, so that's my rundown of all the odds. What did you think? Who do you think is a bargain? Who do you think is going to move up? Who do you think is going to move down? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you to Anonymous, and Laura for supporting me on Buy Me Coffee. And also thank you to Norca and Sean and Madeline for supporting me on PayPal. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave links for you in the description down below. I am a full-time content creator, so your donations go towards maintaining the channel. And of course, thank you to my patrons all over the world for patronizing my channel. On my Patreon, you can get the original audio and visuals when I get copyrighted. You can get some early releases, some updates from the channel, and you can be part of our My Eurovision Scoreboard group. So go check that out if you're a fan. But of course, thank you so much just for watching and maybe liking the video and maybe sharing it with a friend. And see another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.